Hey guys, welcome to Game Informed Family. This is Game Informed Mom, and today we are going to be doing something totally different on the channel. We're not doing a gameplay video. We're going to take a look at a situation that is happening to a lot of us. And by us, I mean small YouTubers, and maybe big ones too. I don't know, but we don't have a team of people looking out for us like the big guys do. We have to go in alone. We have to dig in and do the research ourselves. At the same time, I think that we need to support each other. We need to share the information that we find. That being said, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's just get right into it. So I'm going to assume that you're here because you've been copyright claimed by LatinAutor. Let me start by saying this. The YouTube copyright claim system is horribly broken. There is no disputing that. And it's much harder to get anything done about it right now with the global pandemic going on. If you get a false claim and you're a small YouTuber, best of luck. But let's try and figure out this LatinAutor situation. So who is LatinAutor? Accurate information is extremely scarce and hard to find. LatinAutor, the Ibero-American Copyright Organization, is a project of cooperation between societies of collective management of musical works in Latin America and musical dramatics, which includes the vast majority of Latin American societies, in addition to those of Spain and Portugal. LatinAutor is a regional agency that seeks to integrate all the rich musical repertoire of Ibero-America in order to ensure its full identification and strengthen its protection. I don't know about you, but that sounds like some corporate nonsense garbage. So here's what I was actually able to find out. LatinAutor is not a person. It's not some nerd sitting at a computer claiming your video. These are automated claims through YouTube's own copyright system, Content ID. LatinAutor is an organization who administers the rights for a metric ton of music. They are what is called a copyright collection society. They administer music rights in several Latin American countries, as well as Spain and Portugal. It doesn't have to be Latin music. It can be any type of music. They just deal with the rights in certain countries. Basically, LatinAutor is just collecting royalties for artists whose music is played in your videos when they're played in Latin America, Portugal, and Spain. As with everything else, the laws vary wildly from country to country. They exist solely to help musicians get royalties when they're due. They work with companies such as Audio Network, Warner Chappell, and dozens upon dozens of others. There are so many more. I'll put a list of the ones that I know of in the description, and if you're aware of any that I didn't list, by all means, leave me a comment and I'll add them to the list. So do they own the rights? Can they claim my video? The answer to this is not cut and dry. Do they own the rights? No. They work on behalf of the people that do own the rights to some music. Lots of music. So finding out who they represent is nearly impossible. The artists that they collect royalties for include Eminem, Kanye West, and Nicki Minaj. Don't believe me? Check the music video links in my description, scroll down their description, and look at the licensed to YouTube by section, and you'll see LatinAutor. So can they claim my video? Yeah, they can. Maybe. If they administer the rights for the music you've used, they could be in the right. So what happens when they claim my video? When YouTube issues a copyright claim, the impact varies. If the video is monetized, they can share or take the revenue from the video and give it to the copyright owner. If it's not monetized, they can actually place ads on the video and get revenue from those. Now, they can also issue a takedown, but that's a little bit more extreme than is going to happen in most cases. And that's more in the area of a copyright strike rather than a claim, because there is a big difference. So, what should I do? The first thing that you need to do is assess your individual situation. Look at your video. Is it possible that someone could or should be monetizing your video? Does the video contain music that might not have been okay to use? In many cases, at least for gaming YouTubers, the claim is likely legitimate. There are several games that use music that is licensed to the game developer, but it's not okay for the content creator to use. How that works legally is beyond the scope of my knowledge, so I can't get into the legalities of that whole mess. If your music might fit into that category, my suggestion is to reach out to either the copyright claimant or the original artist. Depending on the artist, that may not be feasible. I doubt Eminem would be easy to contact. In my case, the copyright owner was not wildly famous, and I was able to get contact information for him with ease from his website. So if the answer to the last question is no, ask yourself this. Did I make original content that is not what they say it is? I've seen reports of claims for silence and for music that simply isn't the song that Content ID thought it was. Dispute those. You'll win. The next question to ask yourself is whether it's fair use. Now, I am not a copyright expert, so I don't know. Fair use is messy at best. If you believe your content is fair use, you can either dispute it or contact the copyright owner and simply ask for permission to use it. Just make sure. I heard back from a small YouTuber who made a parody video that was claimed by LatinAutor. He believed that his video was fair use and disputed the claim. He won the dispute. Parodies might be considered fair use. That's a slippery slope I'm simply not willing to go down. All I will say on that is make sure you do your research. The same goes for cover songs. Do your research. YouTube does not take these disputes lightly, and you will get punished for falsely disputing a claim, even if you thought you were in the right. If you are wrong, they can issue a copyright strike instead, and you only get 3 of those before you get canceled. Now, from my research, LatinAutor tends to ignore the dispute if it shouldn't have been claimed in the first place. What that means is that after 30 days, the dispute clears, it's gone. If you are monetized, I don't know how it works with the revenue from that 30 days, as all of the content creators that got back to me were small and not monetized. So, unfortunately, I can't speak to that situation. So, not all claims are created equal. Sometimes Content ID gets it wrong. Remember when choosing whether or not to dispute a claim that you are guilty until proven innocent, not the other way around. YouTube has a 3 strikes and you are canceled policy. Tread lightly. That is what I'm talking about when I say that the system is broken. So the claim is legit. Now what? According to YouTube, you have 4 options. You can use YouTube royalty-free music to replace the song in the video. If that's a no-go, you can possibly mute the song while leaving your other audio, which doesn't always work, and you end up having to mute the segment where the offending song is being played. Another option YouTube gives you is to cut the segment out of the video completely. The 4th is to do nothing. That is a legitimate response if you don't care about the revenue from the video. Now, for many videos, the first 3 options just suck. I do gameplay videos with commentary. Taking out a segment of the video, replacing the audio with something else, or muting the audio would ruin the video. Option 4, doing nothing, would be fine for me right now. I don't make any money on my videos anyway. If, however, I did, that might not be a good option. So, there are 2 other options that YouTube doesn't really mention. Take the video down and edit it yourself to not include the song, or just take the video down. Again, not necessarily great options, but better than YouTube's offerings in many cases. So, I believe the claim is false. Now what? If you are certain that you are in the right, go to your video's copyright, summary, and status page. Click on Select Action and choose Dispute. Once you've done that, wait. Cross your fingers and wait. So, in conclusion, LatinAutor is a legitimate company who administers rights for many, many companies and artists. They represent a wide variety of musicians. I can't confirm if your claim is legitimate, but I will link to resources that I've found in my own research that might help you figure it out. If you are uncertain, it's best to reach out to the copyright owner. Find out from the source if the claim is legit. The information on the internet that is readily available about LatinAutor is bad. Most of the information I got was from email correspondence and chat correspondence of people who have encountered this situation. I won't be linking to the numerous videos on YouTube or the countless Reddit posts about LatinAutor, as they are mostly just misinformation or just not helpful. If you want to read those, Google. Search it on Reddit. So, bottom line here, they are legitimate, but that claim that you have might not be. You have to do your research. You have to figure out if that's legitimate and go from there. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please like and share the video so that other content creators who run afoul of LatinAutor can find the information that they need as well. Thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day.